Let's talk about the MA5K Avenger. Folks might remember this was first seen on the cover of a novel. In this case, it is Ghosts of Onyx. I'll kind of let the cat out of the bag here, John, and confirm this is a brand new weapon.
Yes, yeah.
This is not a geo change. It's not a skin. It's a brand new weapon with unique behaviors and a unique role in the sandbox.
And we really wanted to go after the SMG role in Halo Infinite, right?
Looking at the Forge map, Inquisitor, which is a cool remake of Midship. This is part of the Delta Arena playlist. And now we're looking at Cleat here.
Yep.
We're taking our first-person look at the MA5K Avenger, which is a brand new SMG weapon coming to the sandbox with next week's update.
And this is the starting weapon for the mode, right? So everyone will be able to go hands-on with it as soon as the update drops. Really unique. And actually, it's also going to be the secondary in most firefight experiences.
Obviously, third-person mode is debuting as a dedicated firefight playlist. Here we can just show you, but what we're looking at some Husky Raid being played in third person.
But yeah, you're mentioning third person in any mode. We've got Husky Raid set up here. It's just a custom game option.
Yes.
So if you're hosting a custom game night and you want to have everyone have a good time, you can flip on third person. You can try out something new. Here you can see Forger set it up so when you become the Juggernaut, it flips it to third person, right? So you can even have the mode dictate, I want this person to be third person, I want that person to be first person. That's really cool. And you control when that happens.
Going with maps and modes. And speaking of, what a great segue into our next topic we want to talk about is a whole bunch of amazing Forge content that is coming out in a brand new playlist called Delta Arena. And 7 maps provided by the community. Let's just do a quick shout out here and run through. So great to see Beaver Creek here. I'm not going to read off all the names, but you'll notice a couple folks here, usual suspects in the Forge community, working hard. Multiple people have put a lot of time and effort into bringing these maps. They are faithful recreations that have been sort of leveled up for Halo Infinite. So we have Beaver Creek. Next up, we've got this awesome remake of Ascension. Very authentic. I've had a chance to give this one a shot. I'm really looking forward to giving this a go on the playlist. Then next up, let's see, we've got Boulevard, which, remake of Turf. I think this one also very faithful, done very, very well here. Next, this might look familiar. This is like Lockout, as if it were built by Ewoks. It's kind of giving me some if Lockout and Guardian had a child. But I really like Canopy. I like the aesthetic here. These Forgers knock it out of the park.
This one's even got the little jumps on the door frames on Sniper Tower. I was fiddling with those. It's really cool. Yeah.
Then we have another one here, Conjurer, which is a really cool recreation of Warlock. I think this one actually was debuted by the Women of Halo as part of Halo World Championships.
They have a different version.
Oh, it's a different. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Theirs also looks fantastic.
Aesthetically, it looks very similar. Well, my bad. I stand corrected. Both maps are worth your time. Then we move into Inquisitor, which is everyone's favorite purple map remade. It has to come back at least once every Halo title, I think, right?
It's required now.
And
who doesn't love Midship?
Last but not least, our 7th map to round this out is Serenity, which is a really cool recreation of Sanctuary. And again, all 7 of these maps will be in the Delta Arena playlist, along with throwback settings, which we're going to take a closer look at here, which includes no sprint, no clamber, increased jump height, player collision, and a special starting weapon, which is, I think, what people are very interested and eager. Let's get into what I like to call the Forge Super Nerd slides, where we're going to talk about some of the hardcore kind of power user updates and adjustments. Start off by global life pool systems here. What should we know about this?
Yeah, so very briefly, this allows you to put a ticket system of a certain amount of lives on any mode that you're making. So I'm expecting Forgers to be able to make really cool things, such as capture the flag, where you've got CTF is your main objective, or you have a secondary win condition of 50 lives, right? Or you only have 10 lives to try and get this flag captured, right? And if the team wipes out your 10 lives, you've lost that round, right? So you can really do some unique creations for your modes. And I think this will add a whole nother layer of potential for mode creation.
For sure. All right, we're gonna go through speed round here. Next up, nav markers.
Yeah, so we actually have a video for this one too, which is the nav marker docking system. There's a ton of new functionality here for scripting, but the video is the really cool part. This is how nav marker docking works currently in the game, and it's really how that nav marker attaches inside of your HUD. You can see it here. Yeah, that capturing B, it normally is over the hill, right? And then you walk in and then it locks into your HUD, and it's always that top center location. So you can keep an eye on it while you're anywhere within the hill. So we're allowing forgers to now control that docking. Before it was just on that hill permanently, so they had to kind of like look backwards at it.
Yeah.
So really cool extra features there.
By the way, I use nerdy in a very endearing way, right? Like, how nerdy is that? But it's super awesome. And I think being able to convey to players what's happening in some of these really more and more complicated Forge experiences has been a big piece of feedback. So a lot of what I'm seeing is giving forgers just better usability tools to help communicate to the player where to go, what the objective is, what you're actually doing.
Mode communication has definitely been like the biggest area of improvement we've been going after, and you can see it showing up.
All right, we got
really well.
3 more things here. We got some new VO coming into Forge, right?
Yep. You can control Agriña's VO from existing experiences. We've now exposed that to forgers. So I believe this is Big Team Battle and even some of the weapon drill stuff. This will be right alongside the Steitzer VO that we added in earlier this year. You can now add commander lines as well.
Cool. And then we have another one here, music. We have additional music controls.
Yeah. So when we added Steitzer VO earlier this year, we also put in the campaign music controls. This is additional control on top of that. You can fade in, fade out, and you can kind of set target volumes. This is just existing functionality, new nodes that you can do. Really useful for trying to ease into the music instead of da-da-da-da right off the bat. You can control it a little more gracefully.
Cool. And then I have another note here that's just called extra goodness.
Extra goodness for the forgers that know. They know this is cool. If you don't know, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It is very helpful for forgers, and I am sure they will put it to good use.
Okay, and then the last thing for Forge I just want to touch on, we spoke about